Hello, Paulo Leite here, record collector, and continuing my visit to Wuxtry Records. Now we're going to take a look at Wuxtry's CD collection. The rock and pop CDs are located mainly on these displays. There are more genres under the displays too, as I will show you. The CDs are organized in alphabetical order. It does not take too long to strike gold. Music from Big Pink, 1968 by the band, their debut album. I saw the vinyl on part 1, I'll put the link at the top of the screen. Square the Circle, 1992 by Joan Armatrading. This is a gorgeous album. Scoundrel Days, 1986 by Aha. This was their second album and there are some great songs here. October is my favorite track. Oh, Disraeli Gears, 1967 by Cream. This is the deluxe edition with stereo and mono versions of the album, plus great demos and outtakes. There is a collection of the Beatles at the Bib that Beatles fans will not want to miss. This collection was released by Yellow Dog Records around 2003. There are also several titles of the original Beatles releases on CD. I have all of these. I replaced them with the latest remasters, but I could not bring myself to get rid of them. It's still the Beatles. Walk On, 1994 by Boston. This is their fourth album. Chicago 17, 1984. As far as I know, this remains their best-selling album, and the last one with Peter Cetera. You couldn't turn a radio back in 1984 and not listen to You're the Inspiration. This song was everywhere. If you are enjoying this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I have plenty of great records and record shops to show you. Thanks. Pendulum, 1970 by Creedence Clearwater Revival. I like this one very much. Oh, this is very interesting. Mixed Up, 1990 by The Cure. This is an album with remixed versions of some of their best songs. Some remixes here are really good. They have a nice Neil Diamond collection. And of course, tons of Dylan. Bringing It All Back Home, 1965, is one of his most important albums. And for just $3? Nashville Skyline, 1969, is my favorite Dylan album. Girl from the North Country, the song he sings with Johnny Cash, is beautiful. And there goes Padushka. When I die, I wanna come back as you. This Frampton Comes Alive is sealed. Oh, very nice. Aoxomoxoa, 1969, by the Grateful Dead, Deluxe Edition. Yes, I'm not pronouncing it correctly, I know. Oh my god, they were so good. This is some of the best rock ever made. And they have a nice collection of Grateful Dead CDs. Lots of Hot Tuna. This is their first album titled Hot Tuna, 1970. This was recorded live, but it sounds pretty much like a studio album. It's a perfect mix of blues and rock. Paradise Found, 1990, is a great album that people rarely listen to. I like it very much. Laughter and Lust, 1991 by Joe Jackson. The last song on the album, Drowning, is such a beautiful song. Now this is one of the best album covers of all time. Jefferson Airplane Takes Off, 1966, their debut album. Cheap Thrills, 1968, by Big Brother and the Holding Company. And for $5, this one goes into my pile. Pearl, 1971, Janis Joplin's last studio album. This edition contains some live bonus tracks. Led Zeppelin at good prices. Sports, 1983, by Huey Lewis and the News. This is quintessential 80s. Same thing with Get Lucky, 1981, by Loverboy. Like John Mellencamp, great prices. Kill 'Em All, 1983, Metallica's debut album. As a contrast, Shine, 2007 by Joni Mitchell. This is said to be her last album. There are some great songs here, and one that I love, Bad Dreams. I wish this was not her last album. She is such a unique artist, and I wish she would release something. I miss going out and getting her latest album. Lots of Van Morrison. Now here's something completely different. Faust, 1995 by Randy Newman. This is a concept album version of a musical based on Goethe's Faust. And as far as I remember, nobody liked this album when it was released. However, it is hard not to enjoy Randy Newman's brilliant songwriting. I like this album very much. Oh My God, Power Glide, 1972 by New Riders of the Purple Sage. I haven't seen this one in years. Once you know the members come from the Grateful Dead, you know it's good. It should be rediscovered. Riptide, 1985 by Robert Palmer. This was a great success in the 80s, and the Addicted to Love video was a smash, endlessly imitated. I had the cassette when it was first released that my uncle got me in the US. I think I still have it. And here's a great Elvis collection of 5 CDs for $8. Here's The Pretenders, 1980, their debut album. Pact, 1990, contains May This Be Love, a great ballad by Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, he could write them. Learning to Crawl, 1984, contains one of the best songs from the 80s, the classic Middle of the Road. In that same year, I bought a vinyl compilation that contained Alphaville's Big in Japan, but Middle of the Road quickly became my favorite track. Bustin' Out, 1972, by Pure Prairie League. This is a great one. And of course, there is a good R.E.M. collection. After all, the band met here. Lots of Rolling Stones concerts. Anthony asked me, what was the first CD you ever heard? Although I am not sure, I think it was Dave Brubeck's Time Out. That was in the mid-80s, and several friends of mine had bought their first CD players. And back then, CDs were very exotic. I remember buying Sade's second album, Promise, from 1985 on vinyl at my local record shop and seeing some 10 CDs locked inside a glass cabinet. Now, I confess, I never paid much attention to Bruce Springsteen. However, his early albums are at such a great price, I may get them and give them a proper listening. Do you think I'm gonna like it? True, 1983 by Spandau Ballet. Oh, it's true, this album is gold. Ha! Oh, Helleborine, 1987 by Shelley and Orphan. This is a gorgeous vocal group with beautiful harmonies and ethereal chamber music arrangements. It's different from anything you ever heard. This should be rediscovered. Traveling with Ray, 1960 by Ray Smith. His debut album, Rockabilly at its best. Diamond Girl, 1973 by Seals and Crofts. This is a beautiful album. I'm a huge fan of Seals and Crofts. It's great to find them here. Here's Mr. Fantasy, 1967, Traffic's debut album. And here's their second album, 1968, great songs, plus 3 bonus tracks. And who doesn't love U2? Well, Roger Waters. Judy asked me, what's the worst record shop you ever visited? I had a bad experience in Barcelona, Spain. There is this well-known record shop, and they do have great albums, but they are so expensive. And I ended up not buying anything, and it was very frustrating. Now, let's explore their soul and funk section that occupies this aisle right here. And it is very good. Here's a favorite, Human, 1961 by Tommy Hunt. Human was his biggest hit, but he was the first one to record I Just Don't Know What to Do With Myself, the Burt Bacharach and Hal David song that would later be immortalized by Dusty Springfield. And I must say a word about the Collectables label. They are based in West Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, and they do an amazing job bringing us artists who otherwise would be forgotten. I have rediscovered tons of music through them. I am happy they exist, and I have many of their albums in my collection. Suddenly, 1984 by Billy Ocean. This was a huge success. Caribbean Queen was a big hit, but this is actually a great album. Life on Planet Groove, 1992 by Maceo Parker. This is a live album recorded in Germany. It's very nice. The great Otis Redding Sings Soul Ballads, 1965, was his second album, and it is beautiful. The Temptations' Christmas Card, 1970, is one of my favorite Christmas albums with great songs. 2 words that go well together, Christmas and Temptations. Back in those days, all big artists used to release Christmas albums. Several great compilations really cheap. I don't usually buy compilations, but many of these contain songs whose albums are kinda hard to find. I look at them as a form of compromise. If the price is right, I'll buy them until I manage to find the album I want. Wuxtry's Blues CD section isn't as vast as its vinyl counterpart, but there are many good albums here too. This Bobby Bland is a great example. Many of his albums have only 1 or 2 CD editions that have been long out of print, and the Japanese editions are quite expensive. In that context, a compilation can be a good compromise. Songs from Venice Beach, 1995, by Ted Hawkins. This is another compilation that is totally worth it, until you get all of his albums that are totally worth it. Memphis Days is a Howlin' Wolf 2-part collection released in 1989 and 1990. There Is Always One More Time, 1991 by B.B. King. This is a great studio album that deserves to be rediscovered. And from the same year, Let Me In by Johnny Winter. This one is lots of fun. And here are some reggae albums: Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer, and more. Jazz on CD occupies this entire area, and it is very good. Great albums here. The Beginning and the End, 1973, by Clifford Brown. Clifford Brown died too soon in 1956, and this album gives us his first and last recordings, and they are beautiful. I'm a big Clifford Brown fan. Another gem, Le Pas du Chat Noir, 2002, by Anouar Brahim. He plays the oud, and you will get here beautiful music that you won't find anywhere else. Healing the Wounds, 1991, by the Crusaders. Another great album. I already have it, but I'm buying this one for a friend. And here it goes. A very nice Miles Davis collection for $8. Cheap jazz compilations are a great way to introduce kids to great music. That's how I started getting into music. Oh, a favorite. Conversations with Myself, 1963, by Bill Evans. And this digipack is in great shape. One of my favorite jazz albums. He plays not one, but 2 piano overdubs. And the result is one of the most beautiful jazz albums ever made. And for $5. I talked about this album a couple of videos ago. I'll put the link on the top of your screen right now. There. Wynton Kelly, 1961. I am a big fan of his work. I've got several of his albums, but I think he is a bit overlooked nowadays. Oh, more gold. Cat House Piano, 1957, by Midi Lux Lewis. For $5. I think only 5,000 of these were made. Yes, this goes right on top of my pile. Double Feature, 1988, by Special Effects. A cool 80s jazz duo with a great sound. I think they are not very well known, despite having released over a dozen albums. Some tracks here sound very Brazilian. I don't know why, but I like it. Wuxtry has these great jazz albums for great prices. Look at this one. Samba Swing, 1996, by Walter Vanderlei. This is a great introduction to 60s Brazilian music. If you don't know his work, this is a great place to start. Under the rock display, we have the vocal CDs. Nat King Cole, Judy Garland, Bing Crosby, Ella Fitzgerald, they are all here. And here too. And here. Dean Martin, Bette Midler, Liza Minnelli, and more. And here, lots of Barbra Streisand. Look here, lots of Sinatra. Under rock, there is also country. I'm a big fan of Chet Atkins. And Johnny Cash. The country CD collection is very good. Closer to the door, we'll find classical music. This Leontyne Price 1961 is gorgeous. I'm a huge fan. So many great sopranos of her generation are gone. Maria Callas, Renata Tebaldi, Joan Sutherland, but Leontyne Price was born in 1927, and she's still with us. Long live Miss Leontyne Price. This video is dedicated to you. One common trend I see on many record shops. Used classical music on both CDs and vinyl tends to be cheaper than other genres. This is interesting because 30 years ago, I remember they used to be the most expensive albums. On the back room, under the jazz vinyl collection, we'll find movie soundtracks. Plus sections dedicated to TV shows and musicals. Here's music from the world and some Brazilian CDs. On the glass cabinet, we'll find lots of blank cassettes. Some of these are highly collectible. and cassette albums for those who enjoy the format, including some great jazz. And some very nice box sets, like this Let It Be Super Deluxe Edition for $60. I had an amazing time shopping at Wuxtry. What a great collection! Plus, the feeling of going back in time and rediscovering great music. I love sharing this feeling with you, and I will be back. Thanks to Mr. Mark Methe and Mr. Richard Kuykindall, and Padushka, of course. And you should be here with me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. There's more great content coming soon. Thank you.